botou de brincar. Brinca aqui, brinca lá. Brinca aqui, brinca lá. Dona gosta de sentar, de sentar, de sentar, de sentar.
But she was a young upcoming artist trying to build a different life. And her past came back to hunt her. You never know what's going to come back on you 10 years from now. Things you was involved in, people you was involved with, people you was around. Because the people she was around before, she was an influencer, did a lot of criminal stuff. So this can come back up on them. They ain't got no suspects or nothing. But in foreign countries, that's how it go most of the time. They send a hit, nobody never get caught for the crime. It don't matter how many followers you had. This can happen anywhere. And we're going to continue to see this because we're in our last days. But let me know what y'all think about this crazy story. We coast to coast with it. Prayers to her family.
Sabe aquele dia que você disse, Senhor, eu quero morrer? Deus ouviu do céu, sim. Só que do lado de Deus tem alguém chamado Jesus de Nazaré. Ele olhou pro pai e disse assim, quer morrer não, pai? Isso é desespero.
Man, we back with another crazy story, worldwide, coast to coast, out of Brazil, about this 27-year-old social media influencer was shot dead. Police believe it was a hit. It was 3 people involved. That's why I say no matter where you at around the world, we in our last days. It's crime everywhere. It don't matter how many people watch you, subscribe to you. You still have a personal life. She stayed in the slums. She didn't stay in a mansion. And most of these foreign women that's Instagram influencers, they go back home to the slums. Would it look like they having a rich life, but they got to go back to a house where it's no lights or it's in a bad, dangerous neighborhood. But her house was broken into and she was killed. By the time the police got there, she was already dead. And she sent crypto messages online at the same time with her eyes closed, and a picture of her being asleep. Like I said, this is another crazy situation. But she was killed by 3 gunmen, targeted. It was a hit. That's why I say it don't matter where you at around the world, crime is crime. And you have the same things going on country to country, city to city, state to state. It don't matter who you are, what you influence, how many people follow you. You still can be a victim or a target. She was targeted, killed in her home. Before the police got there, she was already dead. The neighbors called the police after hearing gunshots. But she was convicted in 2019 of stolen goods, property, stuff like that. And she was still fighting the case up to her death. She was involved with a couple of more guys. It could have been a gang or anything, but you never know. After you get a little name or success, or, you know, you can make money, you know, it's people come after you. And they don't know who did it. They ain't got no suspects, but this happened every day. But we want to send prayers out to her family, and justice will get served. We coast to coast worldwide, world news. This is another story of your past can catch up to you and fame can get you killed. Your past can catch up to you, and your fame can get you killed. She was gunned down in cold blood by hitmen, 3 of them. No suspects at all. But y'all know how it be in a third world country. And Brazil have a lot of gangs. So it probably won't be justice for her for a long time. Or it might not ever be justice. But let me know what y'all think about this crazy story. Young influencer murdered inside a house. Before the murder, she sent crypto messages about people using her name and things she done been through. And also it was something about her boyfriend and how much he put her through. But it could have been her past history, or it could have been her past relationship, or why she was targeted and murdered. But she knew her death was coming because she sent those crypto messages. She knew something was going to happen to her. So she was getting threats and everything else. And she was tired of her name being used and tired of, different situations in her life. But that's why I say we all have a personal life. We snap a picture in our best clothes, snap a picture, having a good time. But you still got to go to your personal life. And whatever you did in your past, if you going successful, you going up, it's going to hunt you. The people you left behind, they want to get you now. And this is what happened. Young influencer was hit, targeted, and murdered in her own home. You never know what's going to come back on you 10 years from now. Things you was involved in, people you was involved with, people you was around. Because the people she was around before, she was an influencer, did a lot of criminal stuff. So this can come back up on them. They ain't got no suspects or nothing. But in foreign countries, that's how it go most of the time. They send a hit, nobody never get caught for the crime. It don't matter how many followers you had. This can happen anywhere. And we're going to continue to see this because we're in our last days. But let me know what y'all think about this crazy story. We coast to coast with it. Prayers to her family. Hopefully justice will get served. But y'all know how the laws is in third world countries and overseas and stuff. But prayers goes out to her family. Let me know what y'all think about this crazy story. We out.